What up? What up? What up, people? It's your boy T. I'm your host of man. Excuse me, I'm a little bit jittery today, man. From
It's
Sprue
all good.
Cazy podcast, I'm the host of this. The co-host Leon at Model Car 1589. He's filling in for my boy JT. He's feeling a little down today, so we gonna send our get well soon to my man. Get well soon, JT, man.
Real
And
soon, man.
yeah, so what's
You're
been
in
up
my
with you,
prayers,
buddy?
man. You're in my prayers.
Go on, introduce yourself and tell the people who you are, man.
Well, as y'all know, as the subtitle say, I'm Leon, model car 1589, and I'm here with my brother T, helping out this week, you know what I mean? Because our brother JT is down right now, but the podcast must go on, and we're going to make sure y'all get the hottest podcast that's going on right now, you know what I mean? But,
That's what's
you
up.
know,
That's what's up. But without further ado, man, without further ado, hey, I got my boy. It's only one team. It's only one team in the building, and that's my boy Ed from One Team Garage. He's no other than this guy here. He's a phenomenal builder, great guy. Hey, and like I said, I was watching the man. Hey, look, and before we go any further, I just want y'all to know that I was probably the first with this book. When I first saw this man with the book, I didn't even know he had published this. I did not even know he published it. But I saw him with it and I said, man, I need me a book like that. I wasn't really paying attention. And he was the one that's the author of the book, man. No other than my man, Ed, man. Let's bring him in, my boy, Ed, man, from One
hey,
Team
hey,
God. It's only
that's right.
one
What's going on,
team.
everybody? How
Hey,
y'all
what's
doing?
going on? Salute,
Salute.
soldier. How you
Man,
doing this
go,
beautiful
go and
Saturday?
introduce yourself, brother. Let them know who you is and where you from.
I'm blessed, y'all. I'm glad to be here. Happy Memorial Day to everyone.
Happy Memorial Day.
Thank you. Thank you. This is Ed from One Team Garage. As the gentleman did, I really appreciate it. That's the book I published, Master Builder. That's for us. That's for our community to help us keep up with our bills and pretty much journal the whole process of building a model car from nothing to something. As y'all know, I'm also a published author. Um, just a hard worker, that's it, and a dedicated model builder. I'm glad to be here.
Yes, sir.
That's
Yes, sir.
right. That's right.
Glad to have you, my
Man,
brother, man.
Thank you,
And like
thank you.
I say, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. I really do, bro. So,
All day, no problem.
so let's kick this
man.
thing off, man. I want to know the famous question everybody always asks: What? When did you start modeling, and what drew you to modeling?
Okay, I was thinking about that question earlier. I was either 12 or 13. I know for a fact I was in the seventh grade, and I just had that birthday that I go to the next year. Um, in the following year when I started school year, but I know I was in the seventh grade. So it was either before Christmas when I was 12 or after Christmas when I was turning 13. So definitely seventh grade. The first person to buy me a model car kit was my parents. When I go to my next model car show, I gotta find that car. It was that old school Ford Thunderbird. I want to say
Mm-hmm.
it was probably like a 84, the 84 body style, something to that
Yeah,
effect, and I gotta find that car. The
that's
person
right.
who definitely got me into model building was my big cousin. I got a cousin that's a genius. I always wanted to do everything he did. He used to build military models, and I was always fascinated with his models. He's about 3 or 4 years older than I am, and
Right.
my parents, they was like, hey, I know you like those models that Jeff built. Have you ever thought about building one? And I was like, of course I have, but I was into the cars. So that's where it started, was that car that was molded in red. It was a red Ford Thunderbird. And when I see it at the
Okay.
Men's car, a model car show, I'm going to pick it up. But that's
Yeah,
where it all started. At 12 or either 13 years old, in the 7th grade.
Okay, so that was your first model car, you said?
That was the first one.
And what was it you said again? What was it?
It was a Ford Thunderbird. I want to say it was like an 84.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
It's a pretty popular kit. I mean, it's not in production now, but you can find it at a modern car show. You can find anything in a modern car
Yeah,
show.
I had did a 1/16 a 1/16 1960, I think, 60 something. You know, the red one, the real popular one with
Yeah.
the top, the whole hard top comes off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had done that one. Great kit, man. Great kit, man. Great kit. But I got to do me another one. It was just so big. I ain't had no room to
Yeah,
put it nowhere.
1/16 scale. Yeah.
It was
That
too
thing is
big.
huge.
My kids had bought me that for Father's Day, man. It broke my heart. Like, I mean, it really touched me because, you know, I never noticed they noticed that I was into it like that. You know, I be back here and they don't be studying me. They don't give
Yeah,
me, you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? But when they came in with that big old box with that Thunderbird on it, I almost cried, man.
I already know you did.
I almost cried, man. Go ahead,
Man.
Leon.
Oh yeah, I was one when you went to the military, right? To the army or to the navy?
I was in the Army.
You was in the army. It was army. And when you
Yes,
was in
sir.
the
Yes,
army,
sir.
was you building when you was in the army?
I was actually. My first duty station was Fort Riley, Kansas. So I was far away from home because I'm originally from Nashville, Tennessee. And so I wasn't into the model building. You know, I was fresh out of high school. I was building in high school, but I was learning the military at that time and getting, you know, used to that culture, getting acclimated to that. But it wasn't until I did a PCS, was a permanent change of station, and I ended up at Fort Knox, Kentucky. And
Yeah.
Fort Knox, Kentucky is about 2 hours from Nashville. So I was going home every weekend, just about every weekend. And a really good friend of mine, he was still building. We was building when we was in high school, and he
Yeah.
got more advanced. And I got caught right back up into it, and I absolutely loved it. And I was building up until I got out the army, went to college. I tried to build. What did I try to build in college? I forgot what it was. Oh, I think it was that the GTR kit, the Nissan GTR. I
Yeah.
started it but never
Oh yeah,
finished it.
yeah, 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 yeah.
I was in college. You know how it
That's,
goes. So
that's to
Yeah.
me a kid,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like
So
Fast and Furious.
yeah, yeah. So I was really having a good time in college, and then it wasn't until again I graduated college, picked a hobby back up. I built a Ferrari F430, and that was in 2012 or either 2013. Laid the hobby down again. Matter of fact, I'm gonna say it was 2012 around that time. And I
Mm-hmm.
picked the hobby back up in 2019, right before the pandemic, and I haven't put it down since. And I don't think I'll put it down again. I really don't, because it's brought so much joy, so much peace, so much productivity to my life. You know what I mean? So much enthusiasm. I'm not gonna put it down again this time.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
what's up. And see, like me, I I don't even think of the world when I'm back here. I'm talking about until somebody come calling me or say something to me. I'll
Big
be in
Yeah.
a
facts.
whole
Yeah.
zone, bro. And then it's very relaxing too. You know what I mean? Because like I stated before, I'm you know what I'm saying. I'm just I'm coming from off that depression and that anxiety, you know what I'm saying, them anxiety attacks and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? So when this came into my life, man, I'm talking about it was like a 360, like it was remedy. Like I didn't even need no more medicine, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Feel you on that. That same here with me, man, right? I got back into modeling in 2020, and that was right after my mom passed, you know what I mean? And that right there kind of helped me through her passing, you know what I mean? That's why I built that duster in her honor, you know what I mean?
That's what's
So
up.
it was
That's
like,
what's up.
yeah, this hobby right here, it is good for all that, like you say, that built up energy we got that we don't know how to point it in the right direction, or no direction at all. So these models give us a pinpoint to attack and go ahead and get at it. You know what I mean? So that's one good thing about that. You know. I also
Yep.
had one more question about
I
what
I
made
empathize
you.
with go ahead. I'm sorry.
I know I was about to ask you what made you start the Master Builder. Like, what came to you? Like, man, I got to start this, and it was like, I know you're an author, but at the same time, like, what made you join? Say, I'm gonna make a book for this. You know what I mean?
Well, you know what? First of all, I want to say I empathize with every last one of you that said, because I was going through some depression. My PTSD had kicked back in 2019 because I lost my nephew in 2018. So that's why I picked the hobby back up in 2019. I'm like,
Yeah.
man, I got too much anxiety and got too much stuff, pinned up in my head. And I knew it helped me out when I was in the Army. Why not help me out
Right.
now? And it
Yeah,
did.
Right.
same here.
It really did.
Right.
It helped
And
me out in my rough times when I was going through
yeah,
things. When I was younger. Now I'm older. I'm like, hold on, man. Let me get back into this.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And Master Builder came about after I had finished my last book because I went through a real bad batch of writer's block. I think y'all already know what it is when you can't write as a writer, basically.
Yeah.
And
Right.
I
Yeah.
went through writer's block and I broke it with the book I wrote, The Black Pole. And The Black Pole is
Right.
me getting a whole lot of stuff off my chest. You know what I mean? Very uplifting. It's a manifestation journal to help our community uplift itself. That's what
Right.
motivated me to do that. And
I'm
then,
still reading my issue, man. I'm still reading it, man.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
going through
yeah,
it
yeah.
slowly. It's a thinker. Is you got
It
to really
is.
sit
It
back and
is.
think
Yeah.
about it. Put
It's
yourself in that individual shoes.
yeah.
That's
It's
all I
some
can
heavy
say. No
work. Yeah.
spoiler alert. Put
Right.
yourself in individual shoes, and you're gonna be able to feel it 100%. You know?
Exactly. Exactly. And I love those analysis that I did after the actual every short story that I wrote in The Black Pole. That's where a lot of the meat and potatoes is at as well. When I do that assessment at the end, and it's a lot of good work in there. And also those pages that I want you to be interactive with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Go
I
ahead.
seen that. I
Yeah,
seen that.
yeah,
Like, what do you want me to write notes down? Is it what you know what I mean? I write my
yeah,
own
yeah.
stories or my own, but I see that. I seen that one. Yeah.
And that section, that interactive session in The Black Pole, is what really fueled Master Builder. Because I
Oh,
said, first of all, I'm tired of looking at cars like I built this. The first one I built when I came back is usually up here. I can't believe I took it down. I must have put it upstairs. I got cars everywhere. It was the '66 uh, Impala. That was the
Yeah.
first one I built when I came back. But I forgot some of the steps. I forgot some of the stuff I did with it. And I said, I can't keep
Yeah.
doing this. You know what I mean? So I
Exactly.
that was the beginning of Master Builder. And then I thought about the process of this journaling period. You know what I mean?
right.
But we model builders, we in the cars, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Right.
Exactly.
right. So I figured out a way to help you not only document and record everything you do in these builds. But when you go back and read it, you realize you're actually doing a journal. Because what I've realized here lately is that with this model car building,
Mm-hmm.
it's a part of your life. You know
It
exactly
is.
what was going on in your life when you built that car. You know,
Exactly.
it's
Exactly.
like
Exactly.
the last three builds I'm working on now. That was me and my boy. Me and my dog was working on those. You know what I mean? So
Exactly.
those are last three
Yeah.
builds. So when I document it and master builder, I'm gonna know. I don't even have to put it in there. Those
Yeah.
are last three builds. So
Yeah.
Right.
you really write your life story. You know what I mean? With something
It
you
really
like to
is.
do, something that you like to do and have a passion for. All you got to do is just write down your steps. The supplies you use. What went right, what went wrong, what you can learn next time. That's a life lesson. And that comes directly from my military training. We used to call it AAR, after
Right.
Yeah.
action review, you know. And
Right.
so I took
Right.
that and put it in the book. So
Man. And
so a lot of
man.
my coming up, my experiences, a lot of my military training, it goes in those simple words in Master Builder. And I'm hoping it's helping a lot of people out.
Yeah. And and I'm gonna let y'all know what it did for me. And Ed, I've been watching your channel and I swear I did not know you made that book. I wasn't paying attention because I be doing my models while I'm watching. So when you said go on Amazon and order it, I just went right in my phone and ordered it.
Man, I appreciate
I just went.
it.
I said, man, that book is awesome, man. Look at his notes and stuff. I said, man, where
Exactly.
my phone? I said, where my phone at? Let me get my phone. I went on there, bam, there it was. I said, yeah, let me go and get it. Let me go and get it. And like
Exactly.
I said, and it had made it upgraded my level of like what I'm saying is steps. Like I can remember, like, because if I write something down, I don't got to go back and it's gonna stick to me. That's how I remember.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I got gangs of notes, but when I write it down, that's how it stick in my head. If I just try to remember, that's not gonna work for me. You know what I mean? But once I write it down, I did this, I did that, I did this. Woo woo. It sticks in my head. So this book helped me to stick to my plans, bro, like I do. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I'm not a guy. I don't too much switch up if it's working. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And
Roger that.
I appreciate you even, you brought something real valuable to this community, bro. And I just want to let you know that I was blown away when I first saw the book. I didn't even hesitate to not get it. So I appreciate you and I support you. And T got your back, man.
Thank you, T. I appreciate that, man.
That's right. That's right.
No
That's right.
doubt, man.
And definitely you too, Leon. I know you was one of the very first ones to get the book, man. You
Yeah,
Oh
know,
I had
man,
it and didn't
hey,
even know it was your
I
book. I thought you
understand.
was just
I
saying it was
understand.
on Amazon.
Soon as I seen, I'm like, my brother got a book. I said, I gotta support. You know what I mean? That's why I put you in the intro of the video, letting everybody know. You watch my video, you gonna know about the master building, man. You know what I
Mm,
mean? Because I
well,
seen
thank
the importance of this book. That's why I got right behind it. As soon as I seen you dropping the
exactly,
importance of it, I got right
exactly.
behind it. You know what I mean? And I
yeah,
told you
yeah.
from day one team, man. We got it takes a village to raise a child, man. You know what I mean?
One team.
Man,
One
appreciate
team,
that. So, man, for everybody, master builders, create the ultimate model with every bill, man. Hey,
every
go out
bit.
and get this book, man. This was a great idea. I do see a lot of people on their videos with it, and like I say, I I thank y'all for supporting, bro. Like, cause I like to see us helping each other, bro. Like, period.
Yeah,
It makes me happy to see us helping each other and we growing, bro. This model thing is really, really growing. My son came to me the other day. Now he helped me. He helped. That's another thing. I got my next question. But I want to share this with y'all. My son helped me build my Millennium Falcon from Star Wars. It's a
Nice.
snap type. It's a snap type, but I always do a little bit extra with snap types. I always put a little detail to them. I weather
yeah.
them and
You
put
got
a
to
lot
put
of
your
little
text
more
to it
detail
here.
to it. So it looked kind of just like it, bro. I painted it a little bit more, put some 3D in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So man, he came in here the other day. He said, Dad, he's 10. Dad, he I want to make another model. I said, son, you sure you wanna? I said, bro, I'm finna teach you all that. I even got you an airbrush, man, because I was thinking about, really getting into teaching you how to airbrush and stuff. And he like, yeah, I want to build a truck. You know what I mean? I said, you know what? I got you, man. And that touched me that he want to get into this, you know what I mean? Because he see me in here getting down like that. So my question to you, bro, is anyone in your um like in your family or your kids that want to that came to you about modeling?
Most definitely. I mean, me and my daughter, we build cars right now. I mean, I'm looking
Oh,
at
okay.
She's got two up there right now. I got that Snap Type Max, the Camaro concept car, and I've got the 2017 Ford F-150 Raptor, the
She
Rebel
she
Blue.
she helped you build that?
Yeah, yeah.
Let me see one.
Well, no, those in the boxes right now, but no,
Oh,
these are
okay,
her
okay,
cars right here.
okay. Is it
Now
one
these,
she helped you build?
yeah, these are her bills right here. We
Oh,
built these
okay.
together. Yeah, yeah.
All
So,
right.
uh,
All right.
these are the plastic ones she's built.
You got to put them
Okay.
on the big screen.
Okay. Hold on. I got them. There you go.
Yeah, these are nice little snap types we built together. Uh,
Okay.
I had to get a Mopar in there for us to build. Got to
That's
see
Okay.
right.
it.
That's right.
Ain't
And
nothing
That's
wrong
right.
with that.
we started off. Also, we got a couple the die casts we build. I love this one.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
That's
We got a couple die casts. Now she's a youngin', so she gon' I try to get hold to them for she really have a good time with. But this is the red F-150 Raptor we built. She
yeah.
got the lenses out, but they lasted a long time. So, and then the older she's getting, the more she's just like just got them in her garage up here because her garage is next to mine. And so I'm really excited about our next build. It's probably going. I'm let her choose. Either we're gonna build the Camaro or either the blue Raptor. So can't wait for that. That's always
Okay.
exciting. Passing on. And like you said, T, she's already got a air compressor. I've got a airbrush for her in the box, put away. She probably won't get to it for a few years, but still, it's ready for her when she's ready to go.
yeah.
That's what's up. That's
That's
what's
right.
up, man. That's what's up, man. I like to hear that, man. That's just I love the fact that we passing that torch, bro. I promise
Absolutely.
you, I do, man. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Hey, Ed. I ain't want to tell you, but I'm gonna tell you now because I just can't hold my tongue.
Uh-oh.
I got a gift for you. It's coming. It's coming. I ordered it from China. It's gonna be here in 2 weeks, man. I'm gonna send this to you, man. I was looking around, and I know how you love the Mopar.
I was just about to
All
speak
day.
on the boat
Hey,
part of dope for man.
see the hat,
Mopar,
right?
no car.
You see the
Right.
hat, right?
Yes, sir.
So yeah, I went on. I said, man, that'd be a great gift for JT, man, because don't nobody pump that Mopar like you, man. You
exactly.
nobody pumped that Mopar like you. So man, I want you to be a surprise, man, but I got you a gift because it hit me right then and there as soon as I saw it. Man, it be pumping that Mopar, man. I'm gonna get this from my man, man.
Well, it's still a surprise because I don't know what it is, but like I
No,
said,
you ain't
Yeah.
gonna know what it is till it come in the
yeah,
mail.
yeah, I appreciate that. And
Cause
speaking
you
of
know,
Mopar, well,
like, go ahead.
now since we on here, I just want to give y'all a sneak peek of the first because I'm going to start a real serious Mopar series. Because hey,
Right,
I haven't built a Mopar yet. This is
right,
100 years of Mopar, so I had to come out swinging. And
right.
I grabbed this one at AtlantaCon in
Mm,
Atlanta in 2024. But that's
mm-hmm.
gonna be the next Mopar right there.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me see something. Hold on to that. Okay, Dodge Ram Charger. Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that
a
Yeah.
Ram Charger.
classic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
that's a classic.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
a monster. I got some plans for it. Matter of fact, that'd be the first Mopar SUV on the channel. Sure
Oh
will be.
yeah. Sure will. Sure will. Yeah,
Man.
man. So yeah, man. You guys got another question for him, Lee?
Yes, I know how you feel. I feel the same way. You was just speaking on how you just lost your pit bull, man. And I was wondering, would you like to speak on the relationship and how that right there with the modeling and just having that companion, you know what I mean? Because I feel you 100% when that happened because I lost a couple dogs
Yeah,
from
yeah,
SPCA had took mine and they had to put him down, and my little one keep walking by me, man. And I look at her, and I'll just be like, man, my boy, man. I don't know if I should bring it up, but I know that my heart's out with you when it comes to that, man. Because this community, we all have pets,
yeah.
and that's
Now,
our day ones.
They
You know what I
family,
mean?
man. And like for me, that's the closest I've ever gotten with. I've loved dogs my whole life.
Same here.
My first pet, I think I told T it was when we was in Chicago. We moved from
Yeah.
Chicago. I was real young, but my first pet was a cat. It was one of those domestic short hairs named
Yeah.
Mhm.
and that cat boy was mean as hell, but he loved me though. He loved me,
Right,
and that was my
right.
first pet. And then when we moved to Nashville, my grandfather had a half German Shepherd, half Collie. That dog was absolutely beautiful. And that was the first time I found out that dogs don't live as long as people.
Yeah.
Because the dog was like 12 or 13, and I was probably like about 10. And I remember my mom and dad's like, oh yeah, Granny told me to tell you, Benjo died. I was like, huh? What you mean died? Like, what you mean died? He was only 12. They're like, that's old for a dog. I'm like, huh? And then,
Yeah.
they had to explain to me dogs
Yeah.
don't live
Yeah.
that long. But that was like, how you just had those moments in life that you start to get awakened to what life is about. And that was kind
Yeah.
of like my introduction to kind of like death, really, or somebody that close to me because I love that dog. And he
Exactly. I
passed away.
understand.
And I've had dogs since then in high school, but me and him locked in with each other because somebody threw him out. Um, I remember when they threw him out, it was the night before, and I was on a friend of mine's porch, and we heard a dog like scream, me like
Yeah.
that, and a car take off, and it was kind of weird. It was like, darn, somebody threw a dog out. It was nighttime, we didn't see anything, but the next morning, his wife came to check the mail, and guess who was on the front porch? Was this dog with his ear pulled all over, had road rage on his face, and he was only 12 weeks old.
Yeah.
And they took him to the vet. Long story short, the dog was worth like $1,500. He was a
Yeah.
Tennessee Colby Red Nose, but what it was, we figured out he probably came from a line of fighting dogs. And with
Okay.
fighting dogs, when they're young, they test them. The ones
Yeah.
that's aggressive, they keep. The one that's passive, they kill them or throw them out.
Yeah.
And we figured like he had like a little bite. They had been pitting them against each other, and he was a little passive, I guess, so they threw him out. But when I got him home, he had a 50-50 chance of living and all that, but I nursed him back to life and everything.
Yeah.
His ear grew over because the reason I named my dog Van Gogh, because he was a red nose, he had a red coat.
Yeah.
My favorite author is named, not my favorite author, my favorite artist is Van Gogh, the real Van
Yeah.
Gogh. He had red hair. He cut his ear off over a woman. And his ear was messed up, my dog's ear, so I just put everything together and I named him Van Gogh.
That's
But
right.
that
I
was the
go
best
right with
dog I ever had in my life. I fed him the best food, the
it.
uh
Yeah.
Right.
the blue buffalo. He got bottled water. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just really
Yeah.
spoiled the dog, man. And then, like I said, I brought him back to life, and he
Yeah.
Right.
worked out as my service dog for my PTSD issues, and we really, really locked in. You know what I mean? We
Yeah.
looked out for one another, and 14 and a half years I had that dog.
Man.
Never got that close with an animal. I haven't. You know what I mean? And it really hurt, man. It really did. And I say right now, I'm like, I can't get another dog. It's like me replacing my son. I can't do it. I just can't
Yeah.
do
Right.
it.
I
Yeah. I
understand,
hear you.
bro.
Yeah. I
I
hear you.
understand. And for me, man, I had bought a pit bull in two 2017 or 18. My daughter was born with HDAD, however you say it, HDAD. So she like say she say she 16, but she act 8.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? She act like she 8 years old. So the way the future was coming, like I knew I wasn't gonna be in this relationship. So I had to have something to be there to protect her when she's like at home with herself, her mom's at work. So
Yeah.
I bought this dog, man, and I'm telling you, her name was Sasha. This dog, I took off work to train this dog exactly how it needed to be for her. And when I tell you, she got the picture quick.
They
I
smart.
never seen nothing like this in my lifetime. I promise you. I never trained a dog, but somebody told me treat them like family,
Treat them
Yeah.
like
talk
family.
to them like family, and they
And they'll
gonna act
listen.
like family.
They gonna
That,
listen. They pay attention.
Man, that dog is so educated and smart, bro.
yeah.
Like, and she don't bark unless it's trouble or something's happening. She will
Yeah.
not say a word. Like she telling you something. Oh, okay. The pot burn. You know what I'm
When
saying?
she
I'm talking
speaks,
about
you
the
pay
pot
attention.
burn, and she said, "Arr, arr, arr, arr." "Oh man, dang, I done left it." You know what I'm saying? I left the
Yep.
pot on, man. Like she was just on it, bro.
Yep.
Then I said, "Look, this is your dog. It's not my dog." She used to say, "Dad, where your dog?" I said, "No, she's for you. She already know her role. I already talked to. She know her role, and she will. I'm leaving. Like when we go to work. Okay, Sasha, I'm going to work. Take care of Jamia, and she go right there and lay
You
next to
understand?
her.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
right there and lay next to her, bro. So and then like if I, once if she go, I know how it's gonna feel, man. So that's why I told you I knew how you felt, bro. Like,
Yeah.
cause Sasha is my love, man. I'm talking about, bro. She waits in the window like if I'm the only one ain't in the house, she waiting in the window till my car pull up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
You
rough, man.
know, so I feel you, brother. And like I said, man, you got my deepest, and I want you to like to really like continue. Like I understand what you mean by you can't replace him. I know that. I
Yeah.
know that. And but like some dog lovers like want that again. One day you may, one day you not. You know what I mean? But some dog lovers be wanting that companionship again. Especially when we get older of age. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And we be wanting, some around us like that. You know what I mean? So if you do, I wish you the best, bro.
I appreciate it. And I tell you one thing, I learned something about the pit bull, the American Staffordshire, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Um, the biggest flaw of those dogs, because like I said, my dog was pure red nose, but I raised them like family. Dog was excellent. They are too loyal to their owners. And what I mean by that
Yeah.
is whatever you tell a pit bull to do, he's gonna do. If you tell him to be a member of family, he's gonna be a member of family. If you want him to be
Exactly.
some hardcore uh fighting dog, he's gonna fight to his last breath. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's their problem. They too good, and
They're
people don't
loyal.
understand the breed.
Very
A,
loyal.
a, a lot of people abuse the breed, but when I got him and nursed him back to health, you know what I'm saying, and just made him a member of the family, he locked in, and he had a sixth sense for evil. He sure did. He had a sixth
Mm,
sense for evil. Like I said, I saw that dog bark at two people, and neither
right,
one of them was no good.
right.
Neither
He
one of
said
them.
either one of them is no
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, they got sense out of this world, man.
Yeah. And I started
Yeah.
laughing at the second dude. He was running from. I said, "Dog, you making it worse. Stop running
Yeah.
from him." You know what I mean? He
Right,
took off running. He saw the dog. The dog, man, go like start growling like, "What's wrong with you, fool?" He knew though.
right.
He knew.
Exactly. Exactly.
So
Hey,
JT is saying he hated he couldn't be on the show. Hey
it's
brother,
all
get
good,
well
man. You know what I
soon,
mean?
bro.
Get well,
We
JT,
we hear
man.
you,
We
man.
will,
We
man.
hear you. Get well soon, man. We love you, bro. Like, but yeah, man. And I got to ask you a few more questions before we get out of here.
No problem.
What's your what has been a thorn in your side in the modeling thing? Like when you modeling, what's something you don't like to run into? Like just one of your main things you just don't like to run into.
Shoot, a bad paint job. You know what I
I
mean?
was just thinking of that. That
I, I
paint
mean,
job.
I mean, you, I mean, you, I guess I make it look like it don't hurt that much on the show, but I can't stand dropping that card in stripper. I mean, I got to do it. Sometimes, man, I hate it though. But it's
I just
just
dropped a car stripper this morning. I had it
yeah,
painted up. I'm working on the interior, everything right now. I'm like, okay, I was worried about the interior. Next, I'm finished with the interior. I look back at the car. I see a gold fingerprint inside on the side of the door. I'm like, and this is enamel, so I can't get no water in wipe. I'm like, I tried buffing it out. Nope. Now there's a big circle in there. So I had to dip the 32 back in the pine, man. But
yeah,
yeah, though, dipping in that, man, the paint
Hey,
job
and
is the most important.
yeah. I got a hood right now that's got to go on the stripper. The rest of the body's pretty cool. I had one little flaw. I was able to fix that, but I got to reorder some paint. It's already reordered. It's gonna take a month to get here because it's coming from
Yeah,
Pro Scale Paints. But
yeah.
it, it's all me. I'm explaining on the show when that episode comes up. But I was testing out that Tamiya primer. I'm not a big fan of it. I didn't like
Oh,
it.
it's not? Okay, okay. I seen
I
you
didn't
got
like it.
two cans of it.
No, that's the Mr. Color,
Oh,
Mr.
okay, yeah.
Surface. That's cool. No, that's
Okay,
cool. No,
okay.
it's the Tamiya. Surprisingly, I was working on the Tamiya, but no, it's the Tamiya primer. I'm not a big fan of it. And I
Okay,
did some
okay.
research, asked a couple more guys, and like, yeah, they had problems out there Tamiya primer as well. So I'm like, I'm not doing that again.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but
Man,
basically
yeah,
what happened was it didn't it didn't protect the plastic. You know what I mean? You
right.
know how that's what the
yeah,
primer's for. It's supposed to be a barrier between the plastic and the paint. And
yeah.
it
It
pretty much
came right
just
up.
yeah,
Yeah,
it sunk right into that primer, man. It caused some issues with the plastic. Well, basically
man.
just exposed some flaws in the plastic that I didn't even see was there. They wasn't there. When I put the Tamiya primer on there, absolutely beautiful. Lay that paint over there. That paint, of course, is lacquer. It was a little hot, but it just sunk right into the body of that paint.
Yeah,
So the
yeah.
primer didn't hold up that paint like it was supposed to. And I didn't
What you
like
got
that.
on
I
the
haven't
bench
had that
right
issue in a
now?
while.
What you got on the bench right now?
Um, well, right now, probably later on, you're gonna see the interior. It's time for me to do the interior. Time to do the interior on the Nomad.
On the
Yes, yeah.
Nomad.
Yeah, yeah. Take your time with that, man. Don't rush it. Don't rush it. Take your time.
Yeah, so I'm dropping the interior tonight. I've got the microbus. Got a couple more touches on it. Same thing with the Cougar. And then, of course, I'm working on the big body bins.
Yeah. I see that. I see you got the BBSs.
Yeah,
T, you
yeah.
sent the BBSs?
Huh?
Yeah, he
I
got a
said,
couple there.
the BBSs I seen that you had got for it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I got
I had
those from
sent them. I had sent them some.
yeah, I
Yeah,
got
okay,
those
okay.
from Rattle Can Shenanigans, those set I got on there. And I got one more set he sent me. And then I won a set from T that I gotta do those up as well. So
Okay, okay.
yeah, those are my favorite rims, man. BBS's, Kragers,
Yeah,
uh
them BBSs, man.
Torx. And JT's got me into the Steelers now, man. I really like these Steelers after doing that
Yeah,
56
yeah,
Hey,
those Steelers group
you know
build.
what? I
yeah,
just I just said, man, I gotta make me a, you know what I'm saying? Like I made that beetle. I had beat that beetle up, you know what I mean, and made it look like it came out the junkyard. I said, but I wanna make me a, cause I ain't really made one yet. I just I just showed a little, a little weathering skills here and there. But I want to build me a Stillies with, with all rusted up, like not really rusted, but he putting it together type, like you know what I mean, with the prime on ones. We know how JT
Yeah.
did that color.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And you know what? And those Steelers take me back to my childhood. I remember I was coming up in the 80s. And that was the thing to have the white walls with the black Steelies on there. Like a neighbor
Exactly,
of ours had a
exactly.
Pontiac Bonneville and it was burgundy.
Mm-hmm.
And he used to keep
hmm
that thing clean. You know what I mean? No, he took the
yeah,
hubcaps off. He just rolled it with the black Steelies with the
Yeah,
white walls on there. And that thing was so clean. And I think I want
man.
to do a Pontiac like that. Same way, the black
Yeah,
Steelers with the white wall around it with a mean paint job.
yeah.
yeah.
That'll look nice. That'll
That
look
car was
nice.
so mean, man.
That's
It was,
right.
matter of fact, it was the box Pontiac. It had to been a Bonneville, but you know how they got the box Chevy? Well, it was the
Yeah.
Right.
box Pontiac. Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
box Pontiac.
that's called the a para something. A para it start with a P, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's called a para something, man. My boy had one, man. This fool got so drunk one night, man. He rolled the tires off that thing and rolled around with the rims, bro. He had sparks flying everywhere, man. My boy Junior was cray. He used to, man, he used to come up the block. Look, bro, he used to come up the block flying. But guess where he was sitting at?
Well,
In the passenger seat.
gone.
Like ain't nobody driving the car, bro. He gone.
He goes
Oh,
riding the
no.
whip.
Yeah.
Gone, man. I'm talking about it looked like he ain't nobody in that driving seat. I said, how's that boy? They say he got one foot over on the side driving that joint. I said, man, this man crazy, man.
Yeah, he wild.
I ain't never seen nothing like this in my life, man. I said, this cat is cuckoo for real, man. Well, that
Yeah.
night I saw him riding around with all them sparks flying like that, and ain't no police kept. You know how hot the police is in Chicago. The man rode all night long, man.
They ain't had time for that book.
Well, you know what
Okay,
God, you
so
know what they say? They say God protect babies and fools. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
It was
Exactly.
one of them incidents.
hey, man, he used to keep me rolling too, man. Hey, but he had a good spirit. I ain't gonna lie. I'm talking
Yeah.
about will give you his last sandwich. I
Yeah.
promise you. If you hungry and he see you, man, what you mean you ain't ate, man? Here, man. There you go, man. You need a couple of dollars. I'm talking about I had a heart of a champion, man. So to wrap this up, fellas, I got one last big question for you, man. What's your the best paint you ran across? Cause I done been through hundreds of them, man. And like I say, I have my way of making my own paint the way I like. You know what I'm saying? Because I
I
use
mix
acrylic
some stuff
paint.
together. Huh?
I use acrylic paints, and I got me a special remedy where my stuff lay down like them paints they got. But I do that because I'm in an enclosed back porch. I can't use them chemicals like that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I can't use the harmful stuff. So I still wear my mask and respirator and stuff, but I don't want nothing real toxic like that. But what can you like give to me that you just love that paint, man?
I mean, right now, I have to say, due to Bruce's acrylic formula, I like Create Text because I learned how to use it by using that formula he gives to me. But here lately, I really like the fire scale Mauler paint I use. The stuff I
Oh
ordered
yeah,
from Portugal.
yeah.
And
And what kind of paint is that?
it's lacquer paint.
Oh,
He's got acrylic paint, but it's a
uh-huh.
lacquer. But he does have acrylic paint, and
Okay.
that's what I use in my airbrush. And I wouldn't get so caught up like it's coming from Europe because it's only like $20, like shipping and handling. I paid $15 for shipping and handling here in the United States. So for me to
Right.
pay $20 for shipping and handling, that's not a big deal. Um,
Right. No, it's
so
not. No, it's not.
I really like that paint right now because I love this paint job that it did on the '69 Mercury Cougar. So
Right.
and I got some more exploring to do with that paint, but that's what I like right now. Is that fire scale Mahler paint. The only drawback is it takes about a month to get here through customs and going across the pond, and all that. But
Okay.
That's
So
right.
so I want you to take us home, man, for what you got to say to someone that's coming of new of this hobby or who getting back to the hobby. What will be your message to these people?
well, for people coming to the hobby, just remember it's chess not checkers when it comes to modern cars. In other words, just take your time, be patient with it, enjoy the experience. enjoy the mistakes. It's going to happen. You know what I mean? Hopefully you document the mistakes and master builder. You know that'll help out too. But that's the main thing. Is enjoy the hobby and get something out of it because it's therapeutic. It's problem solving skills. It's patience. It's critical thinking. You know, and it releases the body of stress. If you sit there and work on them out and don't let it stress you out, and that's the main thing. Remember, it's a stress reliever, not a stress causer. If you get a little
Yeah.
frustrated with it, back off of it. It's not going anywhere. You don't have you don't have to force your way through it. I've seen myself. I gotta get to the end. Nah, back off, man. Let me sit this down. Let me build this up. You know what I mean? Or it's getting late. That's something else. You sit on the bench too long and start to get too late. You're starting to make little mistakes. So you gotta know when to sit it down and come back to it.
Exactly. Man, that was great right there, Ed. Cause I always make mistakes when I'm trying to stay at that boy and I'm sleep. Knowing I'm sleep, I'm up there with paws in my hand.
Been there, yeah.
I say, man, go to bed, man.
Yeah, just let it
Cause,
go.
cause, 'cause I hate when I mess up, bro. I hate that. I hate it. And that's my number one. Like hoods, me and hoods, I gotta pray over my hood before I paint it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
gotta pray because we
Yeah.
we might have some problems, man.
Yeah.
And with me
but
in the paint, I'm always chasing the perfect paint job. And I won't say that's impossible, but you gotta realize what's perfect for you. I think
Yeah.
for me, a perfect build, quote unquote, is that if I check all the bells and whistles, I did everything I wanted to accomplish, and the kit turns out the way I wanted to turn out. Because
Yeah.
you're gonna make mistakes, just be able to clean them up. If you can clean up your mistakes, you know what I mean, do a little touch up here, touch up there. You know, this is another trick I like to use. If you got a spot you just can't get out, and it looks good with a decal right there, throw a decal on that sucker. Nobody even
yeah,
knows.
I just did that
exactly,
a few times through that decal
exactly,
over at that spot that I bet. Let me put that right there.
exactly,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
exactly.
You know,
Yes,
but silly
sir.
stuff happened with these models. I messed around and it was the glass cracked on me. I got a crack in the glass, but it was at the very bottom. So I put a decal right there. You won't even know. You know, stuff like
Exactly.
that.
That's
Right
how
on
it
the
goes,
booger.
And
man.
build for you. And something else I always tell people, go to these model car shows, put your car on the table. That is the award. Not for what they got that show. You sitting
Right.
your car on the table is the award. That's it. You made it.
That's it.
Exactly,
You created
exactly.
your art and you put it on the table. A lot of people think it's not. For me, it's not competition. It's a piece of art. I'm an artist.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm an
And when you say,
artist. All
yeah,
right.
and I'm really
Yeah,
into
Exactly.
art.
I'm
I
an
took
artist.
a art history class
And
in college.
congratulations again for making it in the magazine with that truck, man.
Thank
I
you, man.
see
You
that.
too, man. You
I
too.
see
Thank you.
that. You
Thank you.
know, and that comes from putting it on the table.
Yeah, yeah.
You know
And,
what
and
I
I
mean?
want
So I
I
can't
want to
ask
leave
for
people.
a better blessing.
And I want to leave people with this too. When it comes, it's really art. Let's think
Yeah,
about it. When Van Gogh was alive, he got multi-million-dollar paintings right now. People used to laugh at
exactly.
his stuff. Talking about it was too simple. Now you
Yeah,
can't buy a Van Gogh for under $50 million. You know what I
No,
mean?
right.
Some people
Exactly.
criticize Picasso on his work. Some people criticize Frida her work, and people
yeah,
Yeah,
better let Jackson Pollock have it. Go find a
exactly.
Jackson Pollock for under $100 million. He used to take paint and just throw it on that. He was expressing himself. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Right.
Wow.
Exactly.
Jackson Pollock was wild. You know what I mean?
yeah,
He didn't care. He just cared about the art. Had that same mind frame. That's your art.
yeah,
Do it your way. My
exactly.
garage, my rules. Just remember that. It's a piece of
Yeah,
art
Man,
that you
that's what I'm
yeah,
created.
saying, brother.
Don't let anybody, these haters or anybody, deter you from creating your art.
Exactly, exactly. And my words to y'all, man, don't never get discouraged, man. It's a
no,
patience. This is a patience hobby. You
Yes.
this teaches. I mean, excuse me. This teaches you how to become patient.
yeah,
And
exactly.
Yes,
when you can
sir.
walk, once you can walk away from that table without being angry, you have conquered patience.
Yep.
Cause I
Right.
I used to be upset. I'm talking about very. But
I know the feeling.
my girl will come in here and say, "Come on, it's time to come on, take a break.
Yeah, for
Come
sure.
on, I hear you in here cussing and fussing.
Cause
Come
the both
on in
glue
here,
together. It ain't
relax,
sticking. The glue ain't
woo
gluing.
a little bit, and then tomorrow come back and tackle it." You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So that's when you said that. You know, my girl, like she's a real estate agent, and you know what I'm saying. Her second job is at Amazon, but she has the greatest words, man. Like she know what to say when it's time to say it, and it be right on key, bro. Like I thank God for her because she know how to talk to a man, like a man, bro. We don't. It's a certain way to talk to a man. You don't
facts.
just you just don't talk to him any type of way. But you know, and that's always I always wanted someone who knew how to talk to me, bro.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you know, cause I want to be treated how I treat people. You know what I mean? And then you know, so like hands off to her, bro. She's amazing.
That's a blessing. That's a blessing.
But bro, I appreciate you. You know, and this coming from the hard nose of Chi Town, the hard right here, bro. You know, when we love for real from the shot, bro. You
For
should
sure.
know that. You should know that we don't fake no funk or none of that. I mean, every city got fakers and fumblers. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But you know, I come from the school of hard knocks, bro. You know what I'm saying? I got war wounds to show you. You know what I mean? But I became a better person from my environment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
I always wanted to teach brothers different than what was wrong. You know what I mean? So I stuck out like a sore thumb. So I'm just letting you know I appreciate you from having you on the show, man. You gave us great information, and you was phenomenal with that, bro.
Hey, I appreciate it. Y'all could have had anybody here, so I definitely appreciate y'all having me on the show. Thank you for real.
Man,
Y'all doing a
like,
great job over here. Y'all really are.
hey, man, and we trying
I'm
to
glad I'm
like
here to
you
help,
know,
man. You know what I mean?
we try to do our best, man, and you know what I'm saying, and from and that's why I had to buy you. This was my reason for getting you the gift, bruh, because you bring so much enthusiasm to it. Like you be in it. Like I can hear it in your voice. You know, I told you this before. Like you make somebody want to build, bro. Like I could be in the kitchen talking to my son, my TV on. I hear you. There's only one team. I'll be like, hold on, man. Let me see what Ed got going on. Hold on, man. Let me see what Ed got going on. Hold on, man. Because you know you like you give me that go. Like yeah, go. You know, because you
I
like
appreciate that.
you have emphasis in your voice. You know what I mean? Like it carries. You know what I mean? They could blindfold me for 3 months and just say and put you in a room and say, "Who is that?" I'm gonna say that's Ed. That's Ed, man. I know that voice from anywhere, man. So I appreciate you, brother. Keep modeling. Keep bringing this thing. Keep bringing those models at us, man. Cause I love the
Thank
way
you,
you
man. I appreciate
document.
it.
I love the way you document your modeling, man. There's only one team, man. It's only one team, man. I salute you, my brother.
Thank you. Thank you.
And peace
Appreciate
out
that.
to you, man. Peace and blessings to your family as well.
Yes.
God bless, man. Thank you.
Same to you, man. Love, man. We out, man. To
Much
all the
love.
people, man. You be
Y'all make
safe,
sure
y'all.
y'all subscribe to the Brother
One
T
team.
channel and the Brother, you know what I mean, Code channel at One T Garage, you know what I mean, and at Modeled Out Customs and Model Cars 1589. Y'all go subscribe and check us out, man.
For sure.
Man, yes, sir, man. And man, man, we'd love to have you again, brother.
I have no problem at all with that. I'll be
All
back.
right. You know I got your number now, man.
Hit me up, T.
You
I'm always
locked
available,
in.
man.
You locked in, bro. We together now.
For sure, for sure.
All right, man. Take care, man.
And y'all take care.
All right, peace out.
Peace. One.
Oh, what am I doing?
Mm.
Okay, people. Man, there you have it. That was my boy Ed from One Team Garage. I'm your host T, and that's your co-host. Who's that?
Leon, model car 1589, man.
1589, man. We'll see y'all June the 7th, baby. Tune in, man. Blessings to you all. And like I said before, keep cutting that styrene and gluing them fingers together like my boy Lucas C say. And like I say, man, it's your model. Build it your way. Peace out.
Peace.